Hey guys, Sam here, and welcome back to another FIFA 18 experiment, guys. If you go on to enjoy today's video, do leave a like on it. I'm trying to keep my promise of doing one video per week, and today we're back with a similar video we've done in the past couple of videos, taking a look at what would happen if one team that's pretty dominant in their league takes on the rest of the league in like an all-star team. Which of the two teams, or which of the team versus league, who would come out as the winner? We've done this twice now, with PSG taking on the French league, Juventus taking on the Italian league, and today we're taking a look at what would happen if Bayern Munich, one of the most dominant, the most dominant and well-known German team, took on the rest of the German league. Over the past 5 years, their only main challenger has been Dortmund. I mean, Leipzig also as well, they came out of nowhere, but Dortmund's been the main one over the past 5 to 10 years. In the other two videos, spoiler alert, PSG taking on the French league, PSG actually won that. And then Juventus taking on the Italian league. It was actually the Italian league all-star team that was able to pull out the W and shut down Juventus and stop that run of theirs. In the Juventus video, I actually put a poll in the top right corner asking you guys who you thought would win if Bayern Munich took on a Bundesliga all-star team, and 83% of you think Bayern Munich is gonna win. Massive call. So let's see if you guys are right. Okay, so first up with the Bayern Munich team, it's nothing much we have to show. It is pretty standard. What I do with these teams is I download the latest squad and I show you what it looks like. Of course, this is not the team that the computer will play. The computer will play whatever team they want, to be honest with you. They can do whatever they want with their team, and most likely someone like Ulreich is not going to be actually starting and Manuel Neuer will come in, but I believe Neuer in real life has an injury, so he's not in the squad. Taking a look at the bench, there's some decent options as well. I think Thiago will be playing, James Rodriguez will probably be playing, Nicolas Schüller has the potential to maybe play as well. Other than that, on the reserves, like we said, Manuel Neuer is the main one. Koeman, Rudy, I'm not sure those guys will actually get game time, but it's such a good depth that Bayern Munich has. And yeah, there's not too much I have to say about Bayern Munich. It's Bayern Munich. And then moving over to the Bundesliga all-star team represented by Borussia Dortmund, of course, like I was saying at the top of the video, team that's really been challenging Bayern Munich the most over the past 5 or 6 years is Dortmund, so they will be representing the German Bundesliga all-star team. Up front, there's Timo Werner and Max Kruse. Behind them is Mario Götze. Royce on the left, Thorgan Hazard on the right, with Goretzka and Lars Bender making up a midfield two. Toprak, Socrates, and Naldo make up a back three, with Bernd Leno in goal. On the bench, some decent options with Kevin Volland, Bailey, Keita, who's not going to be in the Bundesliga for that much longer, Kagawa, Tar, Piszczek, Horn, and then on the reserves, a lot of players, 81 rated or above, they're in this team. Ralf Fährmann, Forsberg, Brandt, Campbell, Weigl, Castro, Camacho, Stindl, Yarmolenko, Kramaric, Sabitzer, Berkey, Didavi, Rafael, and Mario Gomez. I'm excited to see what this Bundesliga all-star team can do in terms of team versus league in this little mini-series we've done. It's 1-1 at the moment. One of these two teams is going to put up either the club 2-1 or the leagues 2-1. Let's see what happens, but before we take a look at halfway through the season, these two teams have to play each other. So let's see how they do in their first encounter for the season. Okay, here we go. The two teams line up for this matchup. Now, Bayern Munich versus the Bundesliga all-star team. A Bayern Munich home game, so they'd probably be expecting to take out the win here. David Alaba making it 1-0 in the 12th minute. Let's see if the Bundesliga all-star team has a bit of bite about them, a bit of comeback about them. Vidal makes it 2-0 just before halftime, making the Bundesliga all-star team's job pretty hard. Götze brings it back. Ribery makes it 3-1. And with 20 or so minutes left to go, I think that's about it. I think Bayern Munich's going to pull out the result here. Bernat makes it 4-1. And Bayern Munich make a massive statement. That's huge. That is absolutely huge. Okay, so despite the 4-1 win, it's actually the Bundesliga all-star team so far that throughout the season has been the more consistent. They currently sit 6 points ahead. Good thing Bayern Munich got that win. If the Bundesliga all-star team won it, it would be a 12-point deficit. That's absolutely huge, that win for Bayern Munich, and they've kept themselves alive. In terms of the big teams that are struggling without their big players, looks like Schalke's the only one, but I'm not sure how successful they would have been even with their players. So yeah, not too many teams are suffering, and I've noticed that throughout these saves, that the teams that you take the players from, they usually are okay with just their average players. They usually still don't suffer that badly. Anyway, the next game is a Bundesliga All-Star home game, which means Bayern Munich need to pull out a hell of a result, or at least they need to get like some consistency. They need to get some wins. Otherwise, it's going to rest on that one game, and that one game can help a lot. They could close the gap down to 3 points here if Bayern Munich could pull out an away win. So let's take a look at what happens in the second leg, which could be the season decider. So similar to the first game, it's not that far into the half of the season. The first game was about 13 games in. This is like their 22nd or 23rd game. So literally just 5 games after the halfway point. And so it is a massive game for Bayern Munich, maybe to get them into a bit of a momentum roll. 40 minutes in, nothing has happened as we enter the second half, 0-0. And you got to say that the Bundesliga All-Star team's probably happy with a draw. They probably don't need to go and extend themselves. 20 minutes left on the board. Can someone grab a winner? It's Mario Götze, 1-0. Socrates picks up an injury. That might be important for the rest of the season, but it's a Bundesliga All-Star team who hit back with a professional 1-0 performance against Bayern Munich, and they now extend their lead even further. Oh my god, there's a lot of games left for Bayern Munich, but this job seems borderline impossible. It looks like 83% of you are going to be dead wrong. There it is, end of the season, and it is an 8-point gap, which you think about if Bayern Munich had won that game, the gap would have only been 2 points if my math is correct. And so it still wouldn't have been enough. That win really didn't matter. That matchup against the Bundesliga All-Star team really didn't matter. But it is a 1-2, which is good to see that Bayern Munich were able to get over Hoffenheim and Frankfurt as their main 2 rivals for that second spot. But it is another league win. So far, PSG is the only team that's been able to beat the rest of their league. And I always mention it comes down to, I believe, the depth that the All-Star team has. The team has 70 rated players on the bench sometimes 80, but not really. If they are, they're low 80s. In terms of the All-Star teams, they're getting the best players from all the teams, so the depth is way better. And I think that's what affects these results. But PSG versus the French League was a bit of an anomaly because PSG were... oh my god, their team is really good, obviously. You guys know that, so that's why they were able to dominate the way they did. In terms of the top goal scorers, it was Volland with 18 goals for the All-Star team. Yarmolenko also chipping in with 11 for Bayern Munich. It's only Franck Ribéry who's up there with 9 goals. He's the only one. So no one from Bayern Munich hitting double-digit in goals. In terms of the assists, though, it was Thomas Müller who was tied second, along with Timo Werner with 6 assists, and it was Volland who stepped in with 5 assists as well. More in-depth look at the 2 teams. First off with the winners. The Bundesliga All-Star team, Volland, of course, was their main guy. 18 goals, 5 assists. What a campaign from himself. No one else really too special. Werner, actually, 8 goals, 6 assists in 26 games is not bad. So directly contributing in a goal 14 times in 26 games. That's not too terrible. Yarmolenko, 11 and 4 in 32 games is not terrible. But it isn't anything impressive. And other than that, I mean, Kramaric, 3 goals in 9 games isn't bad, considering maybe some of his appearances were off the bench. Götze only played 2 games, which were actually the games against Bayern Munich. He picked up 2 goals. That's crazy. He only played 2 games, and if it wasn't for those Bayern Munich games, he wouldn't have even played a game for the All-Star team. That's crazy. Speaking of Bayern Munich and their disappointing campaign, I think Ribéry and maybe Müller are the only ones that can keep their head up high. Actually, Juan Bernat can keep his head up high. 22 games, 5 goals, 2 assists. In an attacking sense, that's pretty good for a left back, but Ribéry, 9 goals, 1 assist in 24 games, I think that's decent. And Müller, 6 goals, 6 assists in 30 games isn't shocking. But again, just no one stepping up. I mean, Lewandowski, just 15 games, but he only picked up 3 goals and 4 assists. Massive underperformance, I'd say, from Bayern Munich. Guys, those were the 3 main leagues that I wanted to do. I didn't know if I should do the Spanish league because there's not one team to take on the rest of the team. And I think if we do Madrid and Barca taking on the rest of the La Liga, I think that's an easy win for Madrid and Barca, to be honest with you guys. So I don't know, this might be the last one. In terms of the Premier League, City versus the rest of the Premier League, I think the Premier League wins that pretty easily. I don't know if it's even worth doing any other leagues, guys, where one team dominates, because out of the top 5 leagues, these 3 leagues are the ones that have had one team dominating. PSG in France, Juventus in Italy, and Bayern Munich in Germany. Everywhere else, there's kind of a rotation of winners. These are the 3 main ones out of the top 5 leagues where it's the same team winning the league over and over again. So I don't know if you guys want to see maybe both, maybe Madrid versus the rest of the league and Barca versus, like, as 2 separate videos, or put them in the same video and separate them. Instead of joining Madrid and Barca, do Barca taking on the rest of the La Liga, Madrid taking on the rest of La Liga, and see maybe which one of them do better. Maybe that could be an idea you guys want to see. With the Premier League, it's pretty tight, the Premier League. I don't think there's a team that's dominated the Premier League the way the other 5 leagues have been dominated, and I don't think a video really could be done there, because I think the Premier League All-Star team would just dominate. So I think that's it for this, unless we go to Spain and do what I said with Madrid taking on the rest of the league, then Barca taking on the rest of the league in the same video. That could be something fun to do. Other than that, guys, leave your experiment suggestions down below, because we're not going to be doing this anymore, or maybe we will one more time. So we do need some new experiment ideas. I have a couple lined up. I have 2 now already planned. I just have to record them and do all the simming and stuff like that. So I've already got 2 more ideas, so it's not like I'm strapped for ideas, but of course your suggestions are always appreciated. This was originally a subscriber suggested experiment idea, and it turned into a 3, potentially 4 video mini-series. So yeah, your guys' suggestions do fuel the channel, and it could be you that's making the next video. So get your ideas in the comment section below. And if you see one that you like down there, leave a like on that comment so it's higher up and I can see it a little bit easier. But that is it for today, guys. So fun keeping up this 1 video a week promise. I really think I could do a 1 video a week for a little bit and then try to integrate a 2nd one. But once again, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just continue doing 1 video a week and get that rhythm going first before we start doing anything too crazy. So thank you so much for watching me, guys. Thank you so much for supporting me over the past couple of months where I haven't really been uploading that much. I've still been gaining subscribers. Recently hit 35,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for that. The views are still coming in. The subscribers are still coming in. You guys are still watching the videos, and that means a lot to me. So thank you so much, guys, for the support. I hope you did enjoy today's video. I hope you had a good day. I will see you guys in the next one very soon. Keep it real.